Hurst.
Thank you. Minister, I want to ask you about your progress implementing the Labor election commitment around battery cages. I'd like to give you a petition with 11,200 people calling on you to legislate the phase out of battery cages in New South Wales. In response to these over 11,200 individuals, thank you so much for that, can you provide an update on where we are up to in regarding that legislating an end to the use of battery cages in New South Wales?
Sure. New South Wales, as you're aware, but I know there's a lot of interest in this, has committed to being part of the national standards across the country. A number of supermarkets and the industry committed to making changes for the products that they sell this year. There has been shifts. We have, as a government, when we did the regulation, the POCTA regulation, which I know was done quickly over the summer, but that was because the Parliament asked us to do that quickly, made some changes in relation to moving forward with the standards in that regulation. We're continuing to work with industry, and what I can say is that the government is looking to set 2036 as a deadline, but I'll continue to work with industry on getting to that point.
Thank you. And will we see that legislation this term of Parliament?
How we go about it, I've just given an indication, an example of how we amended the POCTA regulation over the summer to. But that
didn't actually legislate a phase out. I'm just wondering when we'll see the legislation to actually make sure that that phase out occurs by that date of 2036, which you've indicated.
How and when we go about that, I'm not in a position to give you further detail about today, but what I can indicate is that I'm looking at that 2036 year as the deadline.
And so is the plan at this stage to do that if Labor has a second term of Parliament? I'm just trying to understand, you've made the national commitment to phase out battery cages, which obviously has to be done by legislation. You've said that you're committed to the phase out by 2036. We've obviously seen many instances in the past where there's voluntary phase out and they don't work. We've had voluntary phases out of sow stalls, of mulesing, and obviously a lot of live lamb cutting is still going on. A lot of sow stalls are still being used. When will we actually see the legislation so that New South Wales can actually be part of that national process? I know other states have already committed to their legislation. Some have brought that earlier dates. The date that you've indicated with Labor is the 2036 date, which the national standards and guidelines have called for. When will we see that legislation so that we can really start moving forward on this?
I can't give you a timeline today. I understand the interest in it. Giving that date today is not something that we've done before. So that's what we're working towards, and I'll continue that work.
Thank you.